Habits are like the invisible architecture of your life. They control more than you think. Studies suggest that about 40% of what you do every single day happens automatically. Think about the first hour of your morning. You wake up, check your phone, brush your teeth, maybe drink coffee, and get dressed. How many of those actions did you plan consciously today? Probably none. They just happen. That is the power of habits. Now, habits can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Good habits help you grow, stay healthy, and move toward your dreams. For example, reading 10 pages every day can make you smarter and more creative over time. On the other hand, bad habits hold you back. Spending an hour scrolling social media every night might feel relaxing in the moment, but it steals your time and energy for more meaningful things. Why are habits so powerful? Because they multiply over time. They are like compound interest for your life. One small action today doesn't feel like much, but repeated daily, it can change your entire future. This is why understanding habits is not just interesting. It's necessary for a successful life. Here's something to reflect on. Take a look at your current habits. Which ones are helping you become the person you want to be? Which ones are pulling you away from your goals? Awareness is the first step to change. By the end of this video, you'll understand a simple framework that explains how habits work and how you can redesign them. This knowledge gives you the power to take control of your life instead of living on autopilot. Let's move to the next chapter and uncover the secret system behind every habit you have. Chapter 1. Why habits shape your life. Every habit, good or bad, follows the same hidden pattern. It's called the habit loop, and it has 4 steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. Think of this as a chain reaction inside your brain. First, there is the cue. This is the trigger that tells your brain something is about to happen. It could be your phone buzzing, the smell of coffee, or even feeling bored. Second, you experience a craving. This is the desire for a change in your emotional or physical state. For example, when your phone buzzes, you crave the feeling of being connected or entertained. Next comes the response, the actual action you take. This could be picking up your phone, drinking coffee, or checking the fridge for snacks. Finally, there is the reward. This is the benefit you get from the behavior. Maybe you feel satisfied, happy, or relieved. This reward tells your brain, hey, that felt good, do it again next time. Over time, this loop becomes automatic, and a habit is born. The important thing to remember is this: all habits, whether you want to eat healthy, learn English, or stop smoking, follow this same process. That means if you can understand the loop, you can change it. You can make good habits stronger and bad habits weaker. Here's a quick example. Imagine you come home from work and see the TV remote, cue. You feel tired and crave relaxation, craving. You sit on the couch and turn on the TV, response. You feel entertained, reward. If you repeat this every day, it becomes a habit. The good news, you can redesign this loop to create the life you want. In the next chapters, we'll break down each step so you know exactly what to do. Chapter 2. The Habit Loop. An overview. The cue is the first step of every habit, and it's incredibly powerful. A cue is a signal in your environment or in your mind that triggers a behavior. It can be something you see, hear, smell, or even feel emotionally. For example, when your phone lights up with a notification, that's a cue. When you walk into the kitchen and smell coffee, that's a cue. Even feeling bored or stressed can act as a cue. Cues are everywhere, and they often work without us noticing. This is why you suddenly feel hungry when you see a food commercial, even if you just ate. Your brain connects the cue with a possible reward. Over time, the brain learns, when I see this cue, I should act. So, how do we use this knowledge? If you want to build a good habit, make the cue obvious and visible. Want to drink more water? Put a water bottle on your desk where you can see it. Want to exercise in the morning? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. These small adjustments make good habits easier to start. If you want to break a bad habit, do the opposite. Make the cue invisible. If you want to stop eating junk food, don't keep snacks in the house. If you want to use your phone less, keep it in another room while working. Out of sight, out of mind. This is not about willpower. It's about designing your environment so that good habits are triggered and bad ones are not. Reflection exercise. What is one cue in your environment that leads to a bad habit? How can you remove it? And what cue can you add for a good habit you want to build? Think about it and write it down. Chapter 3. Cue. The trigger that starts everything. After the cue comes craving, and this is the heart of why habits exist. Many people think they want the habit itself. For example, they believe they want to drink coffee or eat chocolate. But the truth is, you don't want the action. You want the feeling the action gives you. Craving is all about the emotional change you expect. When you see a donut, your brain doesn't care about the donut itself. It cares about the sweet taste and the comfort you will feel after eating it. Cravings are powerful because they create desire. Desire pushes you to act. Your brain releases dopamine when you anticipate the reward, and this makes you feel like you need to take action now. This is true for good habits and bad ones. You don't crave brushing your teeth. You crave the clean and fresh feeling after. You don't crave checking social media. You crave the feeling of connection or distraction. Understanding cravings is the key to change. If you want to build a good habit, make the craving attractive. Pair it with something you enjoy. For example, if you want to exercise, listen to your favorite music or watch a show only while you exercise. This makes the habit fun. If you want to break a bad habit, make the craving unattractive. Think about the negative side of the behavior. If you smoke, imagine the damage to your lungs. If you scroll on your phone, remind yourself of the time you are wasting. Reflection exercise. Choose one good habit and ask, how can I make it more attractive? Then choose one bad habit and ask, how can I make it less attractive? Write your answers down. Small changes in craving can lead to big changes in action. Chapter 4. Craving. Why you want ETT. The response is the third step in the habit loop, and it's the part you can see, the actual action you take. This could be brushing your teeth, eating a snack, or going for a run. Whether you perform the response or not depends on two main factors: motivation and ability. If a habit is easy, you will likely do it, even if your motivation is low. If a habit is hard, you will probably avoid it, even if you feel motivated. This is why the secret to building habits is making them easy. Reduce friction. Make the action so small that it feels impossible to fail. Want to start reading every day? Begin with 1 page. Want to start meditating? Start with 1 minute. These tiny steps are not the end goal. They are the beginning. Once you start, you will often keep going. To break a bad habit, make it difficult. Add friction. If you want to use social media less, log out every time or delete the apps from your phone. If you want to stop eating junk food, don't keep it in the house. The harder it is to do the bad habit, the less likely you will do it. Here's a quick exercise. Choose one habit you want to build. How can you make it easier? Write down 3 ideas. Then choose one bad habit and think, how can I make it harder? The easier you make good habits, and the harder you make bad ones, the more control you have over your life. Chapter 5. Response. The action you take. The final step of the habit loop is the reward. This is what your brain is really after. The reward satisfies your craving and gives you a sense of pleasure or relief. It tells your brain, that felt good, remember this for next time. If the reward feels strong and satisfying, the habit becomes automatic. If the reward is weak, the habit will fade. Rewards can be physical, like eating something sweet, or emotional, like feeling proud after a workout. They can also be social, like receiving a compliment. When building good habits, use rewards to your advantage. After finishing a workout, enjoy a healthy snack or take a relaxing shower. After reading, tell yourself, I'm proud of myself for growing. These little moments of celebration matter because they send a message to your brain. This behavior is good. When breaking a habit, you need to remove or replace the reward. If you usually relax by scrolling your phone, find another way to relax, like taking a walk or listening to music. Give yourself a better reward for not doing the bad habit. Your brain loves rewards, so don't fight that. Use it to build the life you want. Reflection exercise. What is one habit you want to build? How can you reward yourself immediately after doing it? Write it down and try it today. Chapter 6. Reward, the final step. Now that you understand the 4 steps, cue, craving, response, and reward, how do you use them to create positive habits? The answer is simple. Make good habits easy and attractive. Follow these 4 laws. 1. Make the cue obvious. 2. Make the craving attractive. 3. Make the response easy. 4. Make the reward satisfying. Let's take an example. You want to exercise every morning. First, make the cue obvious. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Second, make the craving attractive. Listen to your favorite playlist only during workouts. Third, make the response easy. Start with just 2 minutes of stretching instead of a full workout. Finally, make the reward satisfying. Enjoy a healthy smoothie or take a relaxing shower afterward. The key is starting small. Big changes often fail because they feel overwhelming. Tiny habits, on the other hand, feel easy to start and hard to skip. Over time, they grow naturally. Reflection exercise. Choose one habit you want to start. Write down one idea for each of the 4 steps. Then start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Progress begins with one small action. Chapter 7. How to build good habits using the loop. Breaking bad habits uses the same system, but in reverse. If you want to stop a negative behavior, you need to disrupt the habit loop. Here's how. 1. Make the cue invisible. 2. Make the craving unattractive. 3. Make the response difficult. 4. Make the reward unsatisfying. For example, if you want to stop eating junk food, don't buy it. If it's not in your house, the cue is gone. Make the craving unattractive by reminding yourself how bad it makes you feel after eating it. Make the response difficult by keeping snacks in a high cupboard, or better yet, not buying them at all. Finally, make the reward unsatisfying by focusing on how the habit hurts your health and confidence. The same rule applies to other habits, like scrolling your phone. Keep the phone in another room, log out of apps, and replace the habit with something better, like reading or walking. Breaking habits is not about willpower. It's about making bad habits hard and good habits easy. Reflection exercise. Write down one bad habit. Which of these 4 steps can you apply today to make it weaker? Start now. Chapter 8. How to break bad habits using the loop. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, is one of the best examples of how small habits can create a big life. After a serious accident in high school, James faced a long and difficult recovery. Instead of trying to make huge changes all at once, he started small. He focused on simple actions like doing 1 push-up, writing 1 sentence, or reading a few pages. These actions felt small, but they built momentum. Over time, these small habits transformed his health, his career, and his life. He became a successful author, speaker, and expert on habits. His story shows that it's not about big goals. It's about small systems repeated consistently. What's the lesson for you? If you understand the habit loop and apply these principles, you can rebuild your life too. No matter where you are starting, habits give you power. Change your habits, and you change your future. Chapter 9. Real-life example. James Clear and Atomic Habits. So, now it's your turn to take action. Grab a notebook or your phone and write down 2 habits. one you want to build, and one you want to break. For each habit, answer these questions. What is the cue? What do you crave? What is your usual response? What reward do you get? Then, plan on how to change each step. For the good habit, make the cue obvious, the craving attractive, the response easy, and the reward satisfying. For the bad habit, make the cue invisible, the craving unattractive, the response difficult, and the reward unsatisfying. This is your roadmap to change. Don't just listen to this video and move on. Take 10 minutes right now to do this exercise. Habits shape your future, but only if you design them. Your future self is built by what you do today. Start small. Start now. Chapter 10. Reflection Exercise. You now understand the hidden system behind habits, the cue, craving, response, reward loop. Every habit in your life follows this pattern. The good news is you are not a victim of your habits. You are the designer of your future. Start small. Pick one habit to build and one to break. Apply the principles you learned today. Make your environment work for you, not against you. Add friction to bad habits and remove friction from good ones. Celebrate small wins because they are the seeds of big change. If you enjoyed this lesson, subscribe to Better Self for more practical tips to improve your life and your English at the same time. Remember, your habits create your future, so make them count. See you in the next video.